So I'm just here in the mountains one more time, just seeing the aqueduct of the Romans, which is over 2,000 years old. And I will make some more photos and more videos from it. So I'm now standing in a cistern, you know? This is pretty weird. And you can see this is all original. This is almost 2,000 years old. And that makes it's sealed because of the water that will not drain any water. This is where the water came in. It's right here. And there's another thing which is now here. So it's right there. There's another one. And there are multiple of these aqueducts. Well, multiple, 3, 4 maybe. They all have one connection. And this is one of them. Or this is the biggest one here. There's another one which is not good preserved. It's a little bit different. And it's hard to get in. But this as well here is super difficult to get in. It's about 3 kilometers north of Cordoba in the mountains. And it's no real walkway, so you cannot, it's super difficult to get in. You need some experience to do this. Maybe sometimes I will, or someday I will ask for a route and maybe we can walk there and I can show you more. This is pretty big. This is not just one aqueduct. This is a massive construction how to get water into the city, because 2,000 years ago you couldn't drink the water from the river. That was really bad. So they tried to find a way how to get fresh water into the city. And this is what they did. There's a little river. And this cistern here worked perfectly like a new modern pump. That is really something. And so they were really intelligent doing this. Pretty smart guys. There are a couple of these aqueducts here. And they have one connection in Cordoba, which I will show you maybe in a couple of weeks in the city, so you can see where the water was connected to one pipe, which still exists. It's in the station of the autobuses today, close to the train station. So I'm now here on the aqueduct, and well, this is where the water came from. Going to this way here. You see how, well, that's a little, it's kind of dangerous here. It's just a meter. It's not that much. And so you can see where that water went through. So you're going there. And this tunnel here, I think it was just 1.50 to 60 to 80 centimeters, and this is where these people worked in. I can't imagine that. Well, this is, yeah, it's pretty unique. I was here a year ago. There was no water. That was totally dry here. So, but we had some rain here in winter time, so now we have some water, and it gives that kind of feeling how it was 2,000 years ago. And people lived here because that wasn't possible just going 3-4 kilometers from the city every day, so they lived here. So if we would have some excavation here, we will find definitely some houses and some other things and tools and everything, how they worked, which they used back in the days. And this all has a connection to Baños de Popea, which is right there. It's huge, and there are some copper mines. There's one, and there's another one right here, and there's so multiple stuff. Without all these buildings, constructions, and everything, the city of Cordoba would never exist. And so this is why this is so special, and I hope some people can see it. And but unfortunately, there's no official tour or any kind of walkway for tourists or for just for people who live here just to get in. So you have to be very careful what you're doing here, and it's a little bit sad, but because this is here now over 2,000 years, and actually it's still functional. Not in the way as I mentioned in the last video, not as it used to be, but if they would remove all the dirt and all the sand and everything, there could be water running through this aqueduct, no problem at all. Yeah. And this tunnel here, it's over 5 miles long. No, these people they did some incredible work. Really, they did. So this is where you can see the total aqueduct here. It is there's 1, 2, 3, and there are some original wall paintings right there. You can see that. You come in a little bit closer. That is original stuff here, and it's everywhere. So it needs to be protected because this is 2,000 years old wall paintings. It's all these bridges, aqueducts, and all this stuff in the times of the Romans, or in the Greece time, or whatever, or in the time of Jesus Christ, or much older. They were all colorful. They were painted. It's not that kind of beige. They were all painted in white, and in green, in red, in yellow, in orange, different kind of colors, which made it very, very colorful time. And what we see today is always we see the rocks in beige or whatever, but we don't. Most people don't know that this never existed in that way. It was just colorful. All the Greek temples and the Roman temples in Athens or in Rome, they were colorful, very colorful. And this bridge as well, or this aqueduct, it was painted. Had some decorations, and there was some marble stuff. It looked pretty nice. They did a good work. What we see now is just the beige stone. It's just the sandstone or limestone or whatever. But actually, it's still here. I'm always wondering how they did this all. What a great effort, and what a pain for those who built this. And this makes it so special. And for people seeing it, it is a very special thing. There's a thing called Córdoba es Más, so I know where that is. This is Córdoba es Más. So I hope you enjoy it, and well, maybe we can find a way to make this happen to all people. Thank you so much. So as you can see, this rock here, that covered all the aqueduct. So that's not just one. And you can see there's a little bit space here. There came the next one, and there came the next one, and there came the next one. So it was all covered, that they will not get any dirt or any leaves or trash, or what they had on trash there. So it was all covered. You know, that was not open, it was closed. And this is the final one, which tells you exactly that everything was closed here. So it was pretty unique, pretty big. There are some numbers here from universities, so make some notes here, which I really like. They're doing a little bit of work, but not that much as it has to be, as it should be. But yeah, so this is just like a little dome here, and that was covered everything, covered the entire aqueduct. So I just want a little bit more further away so you can see everything, and it's It's pretty big. It's not a small aqueduct. Well, it's not the same as it is in Segovia or in close to Barcelona. There's some pretty big. But this is very special. And this is much older than the other ones because Cordoba is so much older. Well, Cordoba was founded 169 before Christ. And with a consul named Claudio Marcello. So he started the city, actually. Well, there was a city before, but that is a long time ago. But he came up here and he founded the city. And to build a city, so you need water. That's very important. And that they started to build all this stuff here. And I really like that effort, and it is something very special. So that was it for today, and hope you enjoyed it, and see you maybe in Cordoba one day, and I can show you some more stuff, more interesting things from Cordoba which you have never seen on a map. I can't believe it. I can't believe what I found. I always thought that they made it right through the mountains into the city. I was wrong. They never did. They made a curve and they changed the direction into this place here. Well, this is actually they continued with the aqueduct on a different place. So that came right from here, just from the left side, right across this little river, and they went right there to this place, and now it goes straight into Cordoba. Because when you follow this direction here, you are right in the city. This is incredible. And this is all there. Unbelievable. I haven't seen this before. I was here a couple of times, but I just walked a little bit more this way here. I never went up so much higher here. So I was just walking just on the river, so I couldn't see this here. And now I tried a different kind of route, and I saw this. I don't know how many people knowing this, that this is existing here. This is weird. This is so special. So what we have here is another aqueduct, but it looks pretty much new. It's not like the same kind of stone, but it was much bigger. So, but these are just what's left of it. There are different kind of stones, different material, but it was actually used for the same purpose. So I need to get a little bit more. There's another one. I will get a little bit closer. So I'm a little bit more deeper. You see there's the rest of it, so it's right there, and it's all demolished over 2,000 years. It's not there anymore. Well, can you imagine? These are the... Wow. And I guess what? There's another one. It's right there. I can show you this now. It's unbelievable. I haven't seen this. And I don't know how many people know this. Can't believe it. There's another one. You see, there's another one. There's another of this. Well, the middle parts here, it's not existing anymore. Maybe it wasn't just a with some arcs or whatever, so it was just closed. I think it was like a wall, or it was totally closed. I don't think it was open here, and this, maybe it was, but it doesn't look like this. because there's nothing left here on stones which connects you to any kind of arc. But it's right there. There's another one. I can't believe this. And it's big. It is pretty big. You see all the parts here that they are here on the ground, and which is kind of dangerous to get into this here. I will not walk there. Maybe I will do that in another day, but not today. I need some better tools to get in this place here. Though this is pretty special here. I need to check if I can go a little bit closer, my friends. So this is where I am. Okay. You can't imagine that. It's another one. I think that's not the final one. Those are cracked here. That is so... It doesn't look Roman, but it is. It is definitely a connection to this one, to the other one. But they use different kind of material, different stones. Maybe much more quicker instead of, yeah, these heavy sandstones. So there's some smaller stones, smaller material, you know. Just more concrete stuff, and looks different. Oh, but it is right here in the middle. This is incredible. So what we have here, we see have another. There's part of the aqueduct. It's about 50 centimeters right from here to this. All this stuff, or just for water, aqueducts and everything, pipes and all this, was had an angle of 4% everywhere. Everywhere, and all constructions the Roman built, it was 4%, because for the speed of the water, too slow or too much angle, it was too fast. It couldn't dry up. If it was too slow, so they had some flooding. So the 4% was actually perfect for them. It worked perfectly. And a couple of years ago, I checked this. I measured this, and I cleaned it a little bit on a different part, not here, and it was exactly 4%. See? It's right there. It's everywhere. This is some different material. So I don't think that was just an arc here. It was just a wall with some aqueduct on top. I can't. There are some more. Wow. Well, Cordoba, this is yours. This is yours. Take care of it. Take care of it. So maybe we can follow this way. We might... Whoa! Yeah, you see? There's another thing. It shows you there's the pipe. It goes directly from this part to this part. So there's the pipe. There's another aqueduct. And you see this covered here. You see that? I'm sorry about that. You see this? This is all covered here. So this is just the dome. And the aqueduct was a little bit deeper. You see that round stuff here? So this is actually the aqueduct, which goes right this way. Oh, I can't believe it. So unique. So I'm just on my way back, and what's a little bit weird is on this straight on, straight this direction, straight on, is exactly the way to the aqueduct. So, and you don't see any rocks here, and you don't see any rocks like there. That brings me to the point. So we have here another aqueduct, which is not there anymore, but you have the material, just the rocks, the stones, and it goes further on. This is exactly the way to the aqueducts, and which is exactly the way into the city. And this is, so I think, this is my guessing. I don't know it exactly, so that's just a guess. But it's pretty obvious that this is part of the former aqueduct, which isn't there anymore, but these are the rest of it. You see, this is just like a circle. It's going around here, and there are multiple of these rocks everywhere. Everywhere are rocks. I don't know if they are handmade or if they're all natural, but this is maybe handmade. This is just a circle here. Tons of rocks. And it's still the same way. So maybe we have another cistern here. Or we have a house. Just looks around. Or it's another part of the aqueduct. One of these things definitely. It is not natural. It is not normal. You see I have some more of these rocks here. Multiple. Go straight into the city. It's pretty weird. So you can see all the rocks here. And this area here is round. It's completely round. It's about 7 to 7 meters. This is what I measured. That's pretty big. It's not natural that the Mother Nature builds a circle just with stones. That will not happen. Well, actually not. Well, that might be pretty rare. So this is handmade. Okay, someone long time ago made a circle here, just it's round, and it's about 7 to 7 meters. Maybe that's why it looks like 650, and this could be 8, but it's about 7 to 7. This is what what I measured with my feet. Pretty unique.